So whoever was on grill is just getting slammed, broke into like the van and like locked them in there. When I'm like halfway through the route, which I haven't gone past their house, I'm like, hey, can you give me my mail?
The post office, how's that been going?
Pretty good.
Way better than Cosmic Cowboy?
Yes and no. Cosmic Cowboy was nice because like the people I worked with and like there's like more of a connection there. With the post office, it's more like solo work. I'm like doing my thing. Like I have coworkers, but my coworkers aren't really.
Yeah.
I do my route, they do their route, kind of thing.
Where's your route?
In Hayden.
Oh, whoa.
Well, so I do 3 routes in like the Hayden post office. Like Monday I do a route, and then like Thursday I do a route, and Saturdays I do a route, like different routes. And then sometimes I go to Rathroom because could work at any post office.
Can you just listen to a podcast and or music while working?
Yeah.
That's so
well,
rad.
They don't want Bluetooth devices in, but
oh, well, while driving, I guess that is illegal.
Yeah.
But you can have it, like, is there not a speaker in the car?
No,
in the little
those
boat?
things are like made in the 1980s.
What?
They're old. Some of them have like 1 million miles on them.
You can't get like a Bluetooth speaker and put it on the dash?
Oh, you can. I still use my headphones.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, but the rigs they're old. It's like some have 1 million miles. Like they have
1 million miles?
They have to like print out like a number 1 to put in front of the mileage.
That's insane.
Yeah, it's.
I guess how often do they drive on the routes? It's 1 million miles on the same roads.
Well, like they get switched. Like they keep them. It's government. They keep it like top tier so they don't have to replace them.
I always thought government was like the lowest tier you could get.
I
That's
mean,
how Jeremiah describes the military stuff. He was telling me how like military grade, it's not good. They got the old stuff, really. Everything's all old. Why is everything outdated?
So they don't have to.
Or tax money's going to something.
Spend.
It's not new mailbox cars.
Yeah, they don't want to replace them. It's cheaper to keep them.
Yeah.
Running in good condition.
Are they running in good condition? They're all running.
Mean, for 1 million miles. At least
crazy,
it's
dude.
going.
Who makes them? Like, what's the?
Well, so like there actually is newer ones. It's Mercedes, like the Mercedes vans, and they're nice. Those are nice. And those have like a radio, an actual heater, and AC. We have a fan for our AC in the old ones.
Do you even have a door, or is it more like a?
It's a sliding door. Like it slides.
That's true.
Yeah, because like if
it gets hot in the summer, that's a big metal box.
Yeah, hot in the summer, freezing in the winter. Doesn't keep heat in the winter.
Oh gosh.
And it keeps all the heat in the summer.
What about like slipping around? Is it good at slipping? On the snow, the icy roads?
Yeah. They chain up though, like they chain the tires up.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So it's not as bad.
You can't be running into mailboxes on accident.
Oh, yeah, I do.
Really?
Sometimes it's like not on purpose, but like the last time I started to go and it was like heavy snow, like the first heavy snow. I started to go and like my back tires like went to the side. Well,
you're good.
It went to the side and then like hit the mailbox and knocked it over. Like I wasn't trying to hit it, but it just.
What do you do after that? Do you have to go knock on their door? Hey, I just hit your mailbox.
No, technically you don't have to do anything.
You just leave?
Technically, yeah.
The government just vandalized that person's property.
Yeah. And they have to pay for it, like replace it. The person's like that lives there, they have to pay for it.
Why? What?
The post office won't do anything. I don't know why. I mean,
does the post office have money? Don't they lose money technically because of how cheap the service is?
Actually, postage dues like for packages. I was talking to my manager. He said it makes like just the Hayden office makes like $2 million just from packages.
Whoa!
In a year. Yeah, that's where most of the money comes from.
Whoa!
Yeah,
that's a lot more than I thought it would ever make. I guess that makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, how much is I think I bought a pack of 100. What do you call them? Stamps at the post office, and it was $60.
Yeah.
Which is a lot more than I thought it would be. I thought it was gonna be $5. $5, some cents for each one, but it's not. Yeah. I don't know if that's because of inflation or if it's That's how it's always been.
Well, they started doing like the forever like stamps where you could buy a pack or however many and use it whenever, forever.
I think that's what I did.
Yeah, and then there's like yearly stamps, which if you don't use it within that year, you can't use it next year. And those are cheaper. It says forever on the stamps.
Oh, okay.
So yeah.
Okay, cool.
But like the prices
I don't know. I need to check then what I have.
Yeah. It's like, what was I just lost my train of thought.
Get it back, man. No,
wait, bring it in. All right.
Post-it stamps.
Postage,
stamps. We're talking stamps. Have you ever seen a letter with a wax seal on it?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah. It was like from a company that sent out like a lot, but
do they have like a cool symbol in it?
Some of them do.
Were any of them broken?
No.
Okay.
I don't think so.
Have you? I mean, your job, it doesn't require too much customer service, if you will, right? Like, how often are you talking to people?
If the weather's nice and people are out, people like come up to me, like while I'm delivering mail,
yeah,
and just wait and just like stand there and just wait for me to deliver their mail. And I'm like, "How's it going?" Like, good. It's like small things.
Oh, okay, cool. You haven't had anything, you never rolled up on anything crazy?
No.
There's not like a guy that you were trying to deliver his mail and now it's forever ingrained in your head?
No, not really. I've heard stories though. Like someone like broke into like the van and like locked them in there.
Oh, what?
Yeah. Like locked
Where was the mail
in.
guy?
He was delivering a package.
Oh, crazy.
Yeah.
Are you getting jacked with all the packages?
No, actually, not really. No. Most of the stuff only weighs like 10 pounds. There's like those heavier boxes that weigh like 40, but it's nothing crazy. If it's over 75 pounds, we won't take it.
I guess that's then the UPS?
Yeah, or Amazon.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or FedEx.
I've had some pretty heavy packages delivered to me. I got the weights, for the bench out there.
Yeah.
And, it came in a box. It was like 2 of the 45s together. So it's just a 90-pound box. The cardboard box itself is about to collapse through. Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel bad for the guy who had to bring that to the door. I don't know.
Oh, and it's flights with stairs.
Yeah.
Ew. Yeah, we don't do anything over 75 pounds. So
cool. That's convenient for you. Do you have a dolly or a hand truck rather?
We have them. I don't use it. Most of the mailman are kind of old. I'm the youngest person there. Like people are like, "How did you get this job so young?" I said, I don't know. Through Indeed. I just applied through Indeed and got the job. Yeah.
I didn't know people can get jobs through that.
I did.
I mean, that's the whole point. But I've from what I've heard and what I've done in the past, it's never worked out for anybody that I've ever known. It worked for you.
Yeah, that was the only job that I've done through Indeed, and I got it. So there's that 100% success rate.
Yeah,
so far.
Heck yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever gone longboarding without me?
Yeah.
Nice.
It's been a while though. Most of the time it's been with you.
I haven't done it since I moved down here.
Yeah, I think last time I've done it was with you.
I'm gonna keep my longboard now up at my mom's house. So anytime I'm in Post Falls, I'll hit you up.
All right. Yeah. Sounds good.
Because I miss it.
It's fun.
It is fun, dude.
Especially summer nights where it's warm, not freezing.
Every time I go past Spokane Street, that intersection.
Oh, yeah.
I have to point out, if somebody's in the car with me, I'll go, "That's where I broke my arm."
I remember that.
Yeah, that was an interesting night. I slept that night, no painkillers or anything. I just because it hurt, but it was just a small hairline fracture in a bone that, allows movement in your arm. So especially when I woke up, I couldn't move my arm anymore. But it was I didn't want to wake my mom up, so I just went to sleep with it
try to sleep
on my chest and just tried to hoping that it wasn't broken. I woke up, can't move my arm. Well, all right, time to go to the hospital. Yeah,
that's it.
I broke my pinky too. Then, though, I broke my pinky and on the back end of it, I guess. How do you? It's like on the inside of the hand, not in the finger part.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Yeah. So it was nice because I was still able to move around my pinky and it didn't hurt too bad.
Yeah.
So I was still able to play games.
So yeah, when I broke my knuckle, it took 4 days. Like I didn't think I broke it. I think I thought I like sprained it or something. I was like, it's not broken. Like, so after 4 days, I went into Cosmic Cowboy, and one of the people worked there.
Yeah.
Was like part-time nurse. She's like, that's broken. I was like, oh, okay. And
Yeah,
then
it was all swollen and
yeah. So then I went to the doctors. And yep, that's broken. I said, oh,
yeah,
cool.
Nice. So
Cool.
like Cosmic Cowboy, do you have any fun stories from there? Because I like from me working at Zips, I had all sorts of kooky characters. My boy Garrett,
Mm-hmm.
in order to pay rent, he banged this fat chick who owned the place.
Nice.
Yeah, I don't know how old she was. I don't remember, but he was very proud of it. It was really fun talking to Garrett. I loved it whenever he was there. He was awesome.
So,
He made every shift worth going to.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was sick.
There's a couple of stories. Walker, he's been there since he was like 14, and he's 22. Yeah, he's been there. No, it was like
That's
15.
child labor.
It was like 15, 16, I think. He was there for a long time. He's a character. He's fun. He's awesome. He's like one of those, like, he just has random facts. Like, he's like, what do you know about this? I'm like, nothing. I didn't even know that was a thing. It's like, if you ask him about anything, he probably have like something about it.
Yeah,
Like,
that's fun. Dude.
Yeah, any
Nice.
like interesting fact, he's your guy.
Like how dolphins rape people,
Yeah, like that.
like that kind of stuff.
It's like anything, like crazy things.
Oh, do you remember one?
No.
Okay, cool.
He did have this joke though, where he'd say it for like a week and then not say it for like 2 months.
Is Cosmic Cowboy still a thing? Or
No, it got
closed down?
It got shut down. Yeah, now it's De Leon's Mexican restaurant.
Oh, sick.
Mm-hmm.
We should go to that.
I was just there yesterday.
Oh, really?
Uh-huh. It's actually pretty good.
I wonder why Cosmic Cowboy went under.
Well, because they couldn't. Winters are really dead. We're dead at Cosmic. We made most of our money in the summer, and he couldn't. The owner wouldn't be able to have everyone have like a full time.
It's a pretty good location, I feel
Right,
like.
but it does.
There's a lot of competitors, that's for sure.
Yeah, it just doesn't get any traction in the winter.
Hmm.
Whatever. I was planning on quitting before I knew it was shutting down.
Yeah. Cosmic Cowboy feels like the place that it's like you walk in, it was really good, and then you go, can't wait to come back again, and then you just never do.
Yeah.
Anytime somebody says, let's go out to eat, it's usually not Cosmic Cowboy.
Never was. No, I've yet to like find a place that has like a burger that tastes that good. Like, I don't know.
Oh, really?
Something about
So
their
it's your
burgers.
favorite.
Something about their burgers were just so good.
Sweeto Burrito just closed down in Coeur d'Alene.
Mm-hmm.
Bums me out, dude. I loved Sweeto.
I only went there once.
Yeah, you should have gone more. So it stayed open. It was so good.
I'm the one factor that they closed
You're the
down.
one guy, dude. It all fell on you. Dang.
Well, next time.
Have you thought more about like college or, you know, what are you doing with your life?
That's something I do question every day. I'm like, I don't know what I want to do. I don't
Yeah,
know.
it's a big question.
And then like people are like, well, you don't have to figure it out right now. I'm like,
Yeah, you
why
kinda do
why
though.
not? Like, like, why not? No.
People say that, but I mean, like, we have time, yeah. But if you spend all of your time thinking, I don't have to do that right now because I have time, then eventually time will run out.
Mm-hmm.
We have 100 years on this world if you're extremely lucky. So, you know, it's kind of, yeah, you got to figure it out, dude.
Right.
I guess now is more so like you don't know what you're going to be doing 30 years from now.
Mm-hmm.
But right now you should definitely be trying things out to figure it out.
Right.
Because if you don't figure it out now, then you're going to be figuring it out when you're 30. And that's not
as
fun.
I don't want that.
Yeah.
But it's like, it's one of those things. I feel like I'm pretty, like, my stress management is pretty good. Like, I don't really get stressed out.
Yeah, dude.
But
same.
when it comes
gray
to
hairs tell a different story.
but like when it comes to like what I'm gonna do for like work and like a living for the rest of my life,
Yeah.
it's like one of those things where I'm like, I don't know where to start. It's like, yeah.
I don't know either, dude. I'm trying this podcasting out, and we already deleted 3 episodes because of the malfunction in the recording. And then even now, we lost just 25 minutes of the good conversation. So,
I wanted to say the USPS, this was like an hour ago. They lost $6.5 billion since September 30th.
Honestly, I support them with my taxes. If my taxes went to the UPS or the USPS, what is it?
USPS.
USPS.
You work for USPS, right?
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Which is super nice. I would. Let me finish my thought. Taxes wise, yeah, it would. I'm totally willing to support the USPS so that I can get my mail everywhere I want it to go.
Exactly.
That's
what we do.
That's what you do.
Yeah.
Like, have you had any? Because the USPS, the whole point of it was that every single American, no matter where you lived, was going to be able to communicate with people. I guess, right? Especially in Idaho, maybe in Hayden, you don't have a crazy route.
It's not that crazy. I've gone up to Sagal. Sagal's pretty.
Where's Sagal?
An hour away from Hayden.
Oh, wild.
Like up
just
north.
out in the mountains.
Yeah, I mean it's like there's like a little city. I mean, a decent like size city, but there's a lot of rural roads where it's like you're just driving with no houses for a while.
That's fun though.
Yeah, it's nice, especially on like a nice day. Yeah.
Cool. Like, how often do they get mail?
Every day. Some people just don't get mail on some days, but most houses get mail.
Is there a mail day? I don't know how mail works.
Mail gets delivered every day besides Sunday.
Oh, wild.
But that doesn't mean like you're gonna get mail every day. Just like
yeah, right.
But
they're just out there delivering stuff every day.
Yeah.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
How much of it is junk mail that you shove into a mailbox, knowing that they're just gonna throw it away?
A lot. Majority of it. Like a lot of it.
How often are the mailboxes just so full that you have to cram
a lot
more stuff into?
Yeah.
That's mine.
Yeah.
Check it every blue moon.
There's at least one on every route.
Is it like if you can't cram more in, what do you do?
You're supposed to take it out and put their stuff on hold for 10 days, and they have to like come and get their mail.
Oh, if they want it?
That makes sense. And that includes like packages and stuff like that. So like, it encourages them to come and get it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Then I think after the 10 days, if they don't pick it up, we just return everything back to the sender, which is a lot sometimes. Like a lot of mail that just has to go back and they just don't get it.
Oh.
Yeah.
How often is mail lost?
I had someone like say that I lost their paycheck when I like didn't work the last like couple weeks before. I was like, this is my first day back. This is my first day on this route.
Oh, that's a good excuse.
Yeah. Well, I didn't like lose like their check. That's something that did happen though.
Yeah,
like,
you stole it.
They like come up to my like the van or whatever when I'm like halfway through the route, which I haven't gone past their house, and like, hey, can you give me my mail? I did the first time that happened to me. I did like look for it. I was like, I don't know where it's at, but I was like, you could wait. There's so much mail. Like,
yeah,
it's so hard to find the specific house in person. But
is it all organized in a way that you just go along the route?
Yeah.
So it's not just a ton of mail in the back, just in a big pile out of order. You just
it's all organized. It's all in order.
Who organizes it? If you're a driver, do you ever do stuff just at the actual building?
Yeah. So like the first like 3-4 hours is casing, and that's what we do is organizing. So the machine like organizes the mail in order.
How does the machine do it? It reads the addresses?
Yeah.
What?
Uh-huh.
Oh.
And then so it's in order, but then there's like some slip ups where we'll get like missed throws, what we call them, where it's not on our route or a different like section or whatever.
What if you can't read it or the robot doesn't read it?
That's how that happens.
Gotcha.
And then that's what another thing is. We call it raw mail, which like someone wrote it bad, like the address, so it doesn't come out like perfect, or they wrote it wrong. So
So it gets returned.
That's what we have to figure out where it goes.
What if you have no idea?
Ubum is what we call it. It's like the trash for mail.
Okay, yeah, just throw it away.
Yeah, or return it to the sender.
Well, even if
it'd probably be that.
What if the return to the sender is not legible?
Then trash. Ubum.
Dang.
Yeah. But
there's no like, if your letter didn't get picked up, we're gonna hold on to it for a month, then we throw it away. So you can go like check the post office and sift through all the illegible letters.
Well, if none of the address, like if nothing's eligible, then no, we're just gonna. I'm pretty sure just them and trash it.
Cool. It's definitely way better than working at a fast food joint.
Yeah.
At least I would assume. Maybe not. I just know that I don't like to work in food.
It was nice because it was like more of like an actual like cook where I'm like using the knife and cooking stuff.
Yeah.
But it's
making those bomb burgers.
Yeah, it's a lot sometimes because like we had a thing called Burger Monday at Cosmic.
Oh, really?
So whoever was on grill is just getting slammed while everyone else is kind of just doing their thing. Mm-hmm. And I'm like over there like putting down 20 patties, 30 patties that cover up half the grill.
Nice.
But then it's a lot sometimes. Then you had to like make each burger. And, it's a lot.
At Zips, I think there was some sort of family pack. It's like the most simple burger you can get, but in an order, I think it's either 8 or 12 of them.
Yeah.
And so my brother, he would come and order 2 of those, and immediately, all of a sudden, just the whole grill is filled up with burgers. It was kind of fun to do that when it wasn't in the middle of a rush.
Yeah. Exactly.
If there's already a big line and you're already filled up on burgers, and then somebody orders something like that, it's a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah. And then I don't know if it's like this everywhere, but like people would just make their own burger pretty much. So it wasn't they'd like order this, remove things and add things. So it's not like, okay, I'm making the Cosmic burger. I'm making a completely different burger that's called a Cosmic burger. Like, if that makes sense.
What's funny is if they change it to the point where it's just something else on the menu that's cheaper, but they're paying for the one that they're changing.
Mm-hmm. It got annoying sometimes.
Do you think it'd be fun to work at Subway? I've always thought it would be it'd be terrible, but like or maybe what's funny about it is if somebody says that they don't like Subway,
they make their own food.
They make their own food, yeah. Like you're just dumb then, I think. I don't know.
That makes sense.
Is it possible for somebody to not like Subway?
If they don't like sandwiches, maybe.
Who doesn't like sandwiches?
I don't know.
You make the sandwich.
Like imagine being like vegan or like vegetarian.
That's not because they don't like sandwiches though.
But like imagine just eating bread with leaves.
Have you ever done a diet?
No.
Pretty sure
I'm trying to gain weight.
Still?
I've gained 10 pounds.
Dude.
Yeah. I went from 140 to 150.
Actually, yeah.
Yeah. But like growing up, most of my weight was just from me growing taller. So like I was like 120 to 135, but I still looked the same. I was just taller.
Yeah.
It's like, trying to gain weight.
Yeah. I think we've talked about this quite a bit actually.
Yeah.
We just have the opposite metabolism. I eat so much, but the way how my cousin does it is he says that he can eat whatever he wants and he doesn't gain weight. But I've seen what he eats. He'll eat like a very small portion, and then he's done.
See,
or like at a restaurant, he'll eat a corner of it and go, "Oh, that was awesome." And I'm like, "What?"
The way
I'm ordering the next thing, all shoving it in my mouth.
The way I have to eat is I get full like really fast, so I have to eat fast. So I have to get it down before my stomach realizes that there's food coming.
Like, have you ever do you eat past your limit?
Yeah, my limit's like small though, if that makes sense. Like, I could down a burger and like a whole lot of fries, but I have to do it in under 5 minutes, or else I'm gonna get full.
Like, okay, so you're full.
Mm-hmm.
Are you ordering another pancake?
No.
Exactly. That's the difference.
Well, I'm full though.
I'm full, so I order another pancake, and then next time I'm there, by the time I get to that point, I'm still hungry because I stretched my stomach out.
Mm.
Yeah.
See, I have to like wait to, like, if they bring out like an appetizer before my food, I have to wait to eat the appetizer till my food gets there so I could eat the appetizer and then eat my actual food. So I don't get full off the appetizer. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I guess so. I want to bring this back to more spiritual stuff.
Okay.
Yeah. I have more questions for you. And like, I guess what I want to ask then is, what are your parents?
What are my parents?
Yeah. I mean, they're humans.
Like,
but what are they, like, religiously, if you will?
Oh, they're
or
Christians.
spiritually.
Christians.
Like, why? I wonder. You know, I was talking to my friend Alex about it on one of the podcasts that we deleted. How I was asking him what it meant to have like a good father figure in your life, if that makes sense. Mm-hmm. And he was just like, I have never needed to think about it. It's never even been a thought in my mind, just because that's how it always was.
Yeah.
You know, it's just, you just kind of, that's how it is. That's just how it is. So I don't know. It's like, why do you think that you've never questioned it further? Like, you know, I guess I'm getting onto, maybe it's just you have good parents and you just trust them. Like, where for me, you know, I don't know if you ever, do you remember my dad?
Rarely, like small amounts. I didn't, because when I did go over to your house in like third grade, I barely seen him then. Like I seen him like once or twice. Yeah.
Okay. Wild. He, you know, he was a pastor, right? Love my dad. I always have to make this point. He's forgiven, all that jazz. But he was a narcissistic manipulator, and he claimed to represent Christ. And so even as a kid, I did not like him, right? And if he claimed to represent Christ, then I really did not like Christ. But my mom, she was awesome, right? Super selfless in every single way. The most selfless person I know. Really showed and claimed to show, and she did for sure through her actions, right? It wasn't just words, it was actions.
Yeah.
The love of Christ. So it's like I never shut the door on it completely, but I definitely was not Christian, if you will. I said I was, just to kind of fit in with the family, because the whole family is, but you know, so I guess with what my dad taught me and what my mom taught me, the two contradicted each other. So then questions arose, where maybe you never had to do that, which is a blessing, dude. Yeah. That's a super huge blessing. Yeah. So, cool. That's good. That's good that you've never had to question it. I'm going to throw some more questions at you. Let me think of something.
All right.
Just because I think that'd be fun to see if you have an answer.
Who knows?
Like, what does Jesus mean to you? Like how... Yeah.
I don't know. Like it's like one that. What do you mean? Like, what does he mean to me? Like.
Yeah, what does he mean to you? Like, you say you believe in him. Do you know what you believe?
Like it. I might be like overthinking this.
Yeah.
I am overthinking this.
I don't know, dude. What are you thinking? Just start talking. I don't know. What do you just think out loud? Maybe like whatever you're feeling right now, even if it's I don't know. Like it's totally chill.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah.
I'm just trying to. I guess I'm trying to convey no judgment. You know, everybody's got their own walk. Everybody's at their own wherever they are. You know, it's for me. I think I shared with you my testimony. Maybe I didn't. It was literally July 24th last year that I actually decided to follow Christ, and since then it's been quite a journey. I don't know if I've gotten to share with you too much about that.
I think you did. I think last time you came up, you were talking to me about it.
I'm sure I was super excited, and I talked your ear off about it.
Yeah, I think last time we went longboarding. I think it was at Denny's, actually.
It probably was, yeah.
When you were talking to me about it.
Yeah.
Or longboarding.
I was having all these like revelations in my mind, like, whoa. It was really cool. I think I was talking to you about purpose, maybe.
Yeah.
I think that's probably the topic that we're talking about, and how I was trying to find it in so many different things, but then I ended up finding it in Christ, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So maybe where are you at with the purpose if we're trying to continue the conversation from Denny's? Because like you said earlier, I think when the mics were turned off, you mentioned. What did you mention?
Not knowing what I'm gonna like.
Yeah.
Like the future, I guess.
And then not having, and everybody says that it's not enough time,
or
rather you're so young, don't think about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think I have to like catch myself, like I like am going at it like I need to do this. I need to figure it out. I catch myself, like I need to give it to God, and like have Him like lead me,
dude.
But that slips sometimes, so I have to like catch myself.
I had a crazy revelation that at least that reminded me of.
Mm-hmm.
It was like literally 4 days ago, where I was scrolling through YouTube Shorts, and there's this guy. I think his I don't know his name, but his tag is Find God Net, something like that. I don't remember. Anyways, he had a video and he was explaining to a guy. The guy was saying how he loves Christ, right? And then the man, I think he's a pastor. I don't know what he is. I don't know his name. I'm gonna call him the guy.
Mm-hmm.
Then the guy, he basically was just like, love or loving Christ is not what like brings salvation, if that makes sense. Where to me, I guess I fell into the trap of, if I am not, what I wanted to do was to prove to myself that I loved Christ. So for me, it's like, what do you think love is? What do you think love is? Or like, how do you show it, if you will? How do you know that somebody loves you?
I think it's action.
Yeah, right, dude. Actions. Okay, so then I was looking at my life, and it's like, what am I doing? If I look at my actions, who do I really love? Right? What do I love?
Mm-hmm.
I found it that I worshipped myself. I loved myself. I didn't love Christ. It's kind of so I fell into this mindset of, I need to change my ways so that I can love Christ, if that makes sense. And in my brain, I feel like I turn that more into the focus, rather than just accepting that Christ, it's not about, like, if us loving God is what gets us into heaven, then salvation then is based off of works. Mm-hmm. If it is based off of how much I love Christ, then it's not about Christ dying on the cross for my sins, right?
Yeah.
It's something about what I did, which is not how it should be, right? Mm-hmm. It's all about Christ. So it's like, as soon as that guy said that on the video, I sat there and went, whoa. Because I've been focusing so much on trying to prove to myself that I love Christ, rather than just accepting that, in God's promise that if I call upon his name, I will be with him up in heaven, kind of thing. Mm-hmm. And just believe that he's got my back, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. To me, that it's been a long process of trying to change my actions, if you will, and or my habits and everything like that, to reflect how much I love Christ, mm-hmm. Or at least try to, or at least, I don't know. So I think that made sense. That's the first time I've ever tried to say all this out loud, so it's probably a jumbled mess, but
I think I get what you're putting down. I'm picking up what you're putting down.
I was focusing on the wrong thing.
Yeah, I get that. Like, for me, like I was saying, like I have to like catch myself, but it's like with everything, like, it's like finding the purpose. Like those, like one of the few things like I stress about, right? Like, yeah. So I'm like stressing over like really bad, like a lot. But I'm like, why am I stressing over it? Yeah. And then I pray, and like a week or two will go by. Like not like a week. It's like a little bit time goes by. I'm like start stressing about it again, and I have to like re-catch myself, and it's like starts to build up, I guess, to get to where the point where I'm like really stressing about it. When that makes sense. But it's like,
it does build up.
Yeah.
If you don't I guess, take care of it, if you will. If you don't, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what are you stressing out? I guess that kind of depends on that would determine on how you would kind of go forward with trying to stop stressing about it, I think.
Yeah. Like, some days are like worse than others. Like, I'll be like working and I'm like, why am I still at the post office? I know I don't want to be here. I don't want to be doing this like the rest of my life. The other days it's like, doesn't even cross my mind. Like, oh, it'll work out.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, like, that makes sense.
Do you think it will?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I was talking to this girl. This is like when I was doing really good for a while of like knowing like, all right, there's like just follow God, trust God.
Yeah.
And I started talking, like, I got this girl number like downtown. I was like, hey, can I get your number, whatever. And we were talking for a little bit, and then we were hanging out, and then she just like abruptly just got up and left. We're hanging out in my car, like it was in the Safeway parking lot or something like
Nice.
that. Like just talking, like she just got up and left, and I was like, oh, like I felt it was like, oh, something's wrong.
Yeah.
I asked her about it. It's like, did I do anything, say anything? She's like, well, you just don't really like. You don't have a goal. I don't want to like, because she's becoming a nurse. She's like, I don't want to like be with someone that doesn't have like goals or anything like that. I have to sneeze.
Oh, dude, blessed in advance. Pineapple, watermelon. What is it? What do you have to say? I think it's watermelon, right? Watermelon.
I think it's pineapple.
Pineapple.
What do you
Maybe you have to say it.
What?
It stops them from sneezing.
It's like right there. I feel it coming.
If you need a tissue, we can.
It's gone. But
Dude, you got a lady?
I'll get there.
Dude.
I'll get there.
Okay.
I'll get there.
Oh, okay.
I'll get there.
I'll
So-
hold my fist pump.
Yeah.
I think every time we talk, we gotta update ourselves. We gotta update each other on our lady situations.
Mm-hmm. But
Mine is abysmal.
yeah, same here.
Bone dry.
But I was like talking to her about like if I did anything. She's like, oh, you just don't have any goals. When she's like, I want to be with someone that has goals.
Has a drive.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, a drive. And I was like, yeah, I get that. I don't know what I want my drive to be, like, but I know like when I know what it is, I know like I'll like pursue it like fully.
Sure.
She's like, yeah, I get that, but you not even like worrying over it, like, because I remember telling her like, she's like, so what are you gonna do? Like, you're gonna go into school or anything? I was like, I don't know what I want to do.
Yeah.
She's like, you're not worried? I said, no, I'm not. But then like after the text, we stopped texting after that, like talking in general. I was like, I started stressing over it again. Like, okay, now it's not affecting just like what I'm doing in the future. It's like affecting the relationships I could have.
It does, yeah.
So
you've gone to the age now where people are expecting, if you don't have something going, then it's, what are you doing?
exactly.
You know? Yeah, for sure, dude.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, a lot of people then, it's like working at the post office is fine.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a lot of people have a goal that like that's a stepping stone towards, right?
Yeah.
But even if you don't know, like technically it's fine. And putting your trust in God is exactly what you should be doing.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. But what do you think? How do you put your trust in God?
Good question.
Thank you. I try.
I guess like the steps, like how I do it is, so obviously I'm like worrying about something and I'll like pray for it, and I just like have to just like keep telling myself, I don't know, like, so I'll pray. I'm like, all right, and then just like I feel better after like I pray. And then,
dude, absolutely. Yeah.
And then like it helps a lot.
It does.
I don't know. I think I just inside, just like I like, just know. I guess.
You give it to him.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Because like if I start worrying about it again, then it's like
So
now I'm not trusting God. But then,
well, right. So then it comes down to like having faith kind of thing, right?
yeah.
And then, I guess do you think there's any doors that God has opened up to you? Or do you think, for me, what it was is I was constantly praying about what do you, after I decided that Jesus was going to be my thing, right? My goal, if you will, what I wanted to strive towards. It was immediate prayer just to, Lord, what do you want me to do?
Mm-hmm.
How can I serve you in your kingdom? Right. It's kind of So then from then, with constant prayers, like every single day I was praying about my purpose, if you will. Like, what do you want me to do? I'm in the, and here I am now on a podcast. I know signs can be a dangerous thing. I say this, but I do believe this is where God wants me. This is at least the direction that I think this is the door that has opened up. He has really provided every step of the way to get me here. And I think it's that takes a lot of that stress off of my back. You know? I don't know. It's kind of it's cool, dude. It's cool. I'm excited for you to find your thing. That's for sure. Do you think God has been opening up any doors for you? Do you see any direction at all?
Honestly, no. Like, I don't.
Well, you want to move to Florida. Is that what brings you to that?
Just to get out of Idaho. Okay. Just something different. But like even then, like we're talking about like signs and how like dangerous they are, like if you should trust them, right? Like
yeah.
So my 5-year plan was save up money to buy a house up in Idaho because they're building a lot of houses in like Rathrum. Like a lot.
Dude. Oh yeah.
So I was gonna.
My mom just bought a house.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I was gonna save up, buy a house, live in it for 2 years, and then rent it out, and then move to Florida.
Dude, that's the play.
Yeah.
Houses are expensive.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So then, like a month after that plan, I broke my knuckle, and I didn't have insurance. Even at the post office, I was too late to get it, and my parents don't have insurance, and it cost a lot of money to get surgery.
Dang, dude.
It's like,
yeah, the American healthcare system.
Yeah, it's like
they strike again.
Because I have to get another surgery just to get it removed, but it's not as expensive. But it's like $7,000, $10,000.
Dude, what removed? Is there a little metal beam or something?
Yeah, a little needle.
Oh, wild.
Yeah, but then I was like,
"Ew, you're cyborg right now."
Right.
Kind of.
Like that. My hand basically ruined my 5-year plan, which
at least it delayed it.
Yeah. So like, is that like?
Oh, is that a sign?
Yeah. Like, well, maybe that's God doesn't want me to go to Florida, or something like that, or maybe that's not the right direction, or maybe it's just one of those things that happen.
Or it's something to test you. Do you think God? Okay, here's a question that I think I like. Anyways, do you think God, or why does God test us?
To have us get closer to him, I think, because like,
yeah, sure.
When he like tests you and you're going through something, you come to God, you're gonna get closer through God through the experience. Dude,
I think you're spot on.
Yeah.
It's all like, none of it is for God. God knows where you're at. It's just to show you where you're at. Mm-hmm. So it's like, when that happened, did you go to God, right? Like, how did that affect your own relationship with him, kind of thing? Mm-hmm. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how to decipher signs, because if you believe in the biblical God, right, then, through proxy, if you will, through whatever, it's like demons are a thing.
Yeah.
Right? There's external evil influences that mess stuff up for sure. Mm-hmm. To try and trip you up, all sorts of stuff. So it's like, if there's God, demons, and me in the middle, it's like, what's talking to me?
Right.
What's coming from where? I have no idea. Mm-hmm. And then, with the signs and stuff like that I kind of attribute to pointing me in this direction and opening up the door for a podcast. Mm-hmm. Constant prayer with like, give me discernment. I don't know what this is. If this is from you, let me know. Mm-hmm. It's kind of Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a crazy experience to do that.
Yeah. Actually, speaking of like praying and like saying is like this person like or this thing like for me or whatever, I was praying about like the girls like okay, because I was praying.
Mm-hmm. Same dude.
I was like, is this the one? If it's not, like just get her out of my life, basically.
Hey.
And like a week later, that's when like all that went down. And
oh, dude. Okay, update me on the lady sitch. What happened since the last time we saw?
That's
we were both single when we were at Denny's.
Yeah, that's the only thing. Other than that, I wasn't really trying for a while there. I was like, I'm not in a position where I want to be in a relationship.
Well, like, who was she? How long you guys date or whatever?
Yeah, so we were talking probably for like a month. So we weren't even dating. Okay. But like there was
interest.
Yeah. And then that happened.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't get like too connected or anything.
We'll still fist bump though.
All right.
Nice.
But other than that, I keep going between not wanting a relationship and then wanting a relationship.
What do you want in a relationship? Do you think that serves as purpose for you?
A relationship?
Yeah.
No, I don't think so. Because I have like my friends, like relationships with them, like yeah. I don't think it like is my purpose just to be in a relationship. Is that what you're trying to ask?
I mean, okay, so let's say like a romantic, intimate relationship with a woman, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you find purpose in that?
I don't know.
Okay, fair enough.
I've only been in like one like serious relationship.
Same, dude.
Yeah. So
like,
and then even then it wasn't like it was sophomore year in high school.
Yeah.
So then that was how serious can it be?
Fair enough.
Yeah.
All right.
But yeah,
cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, so we're both single then?
Yep.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. So, coffee later.
I'm down.
Hey, nice. Okay. You want to take a break? How do you think you can know something is from God? Or maybe in your experience, have you had any moments where it's like that had to be from God?
I know there is a couple. I can't think of any. Like trying to think of anything. I can't think. But I know there's been like I've had the experience where I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
It's from God. I think it's just like you kind of just know, right? It's like you just...
Yeah, I think so. Kind of, sort of. Sometimes it's like, at least for me, it's like, I think that may have been from you, God, so I'm just going to go that way and I pray for discernment kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to try and put my foot out that way. Yeah. That leap of faith, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's so... I don't know. Have you thought about it like purpose-wise, if you will? You seem to be putting your faith a lot in God, which is awesome. Do you think that you are trying to follow His purpose for you?
Well, when I pray, like about like whatever I'm gonna end up doing,
yeah,
I pray like, lead me on your path that you have for me.
Ballin'.
That's what I say. Like
yeah.
what I like pray. Like, yeah.
Cool.
So,
yeah, sure.
Yeah, I think it's...
So, yeah. It seems like you're... Like, if I had to relate to it at all, it's like, do you think you're content with where you're at?
Like, upset or like...
Content, meaning like, are you okay with how it is now? Are you grateful for where you're at now, even if it's not where you necessarily want to be?
I want to say yes, but realistically, it's probably it's no.
Yeah. I feel like it is for most people.
Yeah.
Including me.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of a constant battle,
Mm-hmm.
I guess, being content, if you will.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Definitely.
I don't know. It's like where... Yeah. I don't know, when it comes to signs and stuff, if you had to figure out... I guess your answer was, okay, so just knowing. Do you think there are practical ways of figuring it out? Like whether it's from God or from an evil spirit, if you will, or just from yourself?
I don't think so. No. It's kind of just have to, like you said, a leap of faith. Like, realistically, you don't know, but
Yeah.
you have faith in God that it is the right way. And if it's not, maybe it's just like...
Do you think about your life in the sense of how you've ended up here? That's a fun thing to think about, for me at least.
It's like everything I've done is ended me up in the sea. Like that.
Yeah, dude.
I don't know. I don't really know. I don't
Or
think
even
about
it's
it.
like why I have the opinions I do, why I have the beliefs I do, why the things that I do, it's all been a build up.
Mm.
You know, it's like why am I the way I am fully?
Yeah.
Right?
I feel like I have like those thoughts, but I don't like go like that deep into it. Like,
Now, okay, why not?
I don't know.
Hmm.
It's
Man, that fascinates me. Because my brain does not work that
Yeah.
way.
because like why I can't change anything I've done to like from the past. Like
Well, that's true. You don't want to like fester on the past
Yeah.
necessarily, or be like, I wish it was this way.
mm,
But you know, just kind of like trying to figure out why I am the way I am now, along with why are people the way they are, if you will.
mm,
I don't know. I feel like it really humanizes everything. I think it's fun. It's fun. It kind of it's like if you look at somebody, you know, how do you? I don't know. The only way to relate to them, if you will, as like another conscious human, is to understand where they came from and why they are the way they are now.
So that I sometimes get that, like I'll be driving and I'll see like someone walking. I'm like, that person has his own life.
Yeah, that's Sonder.
Yeah.
That's what that word is to
No,
describe
no.
that.
Yeah, but like I don't like go like deep dive into it. I'm like, that guy has his own life.
I
Doing his
deep
own
dive to
thing.
the point where I start a podcast and I want to ask people that so I know.
Yeah, but I don't think it goes any further than that guy has his own life and he's doing his own thing.
Yeah.
So
How do you think like high school has affected you now? Like, what have you learned? What did you learn not to do? I don't know.
well, in high school I didn't talk to anybody.
Nice.
Yeah. I was just, unless I had like friends in like the classes I was in, I was like the kid that didn't talk.
Yeah, same. Kind of.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't talk too much. Like middle school, I did not talk whatsoever, even with friends in the class. But high school, I loosened up quite a bit. By like senior year, I could care less.
Yeah.
I was talking all the time, but it was always to like my one friend.
Yeah.
You know, I was just being obnoxiously loud.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Like if there's like a project, like a group project where you had like no friends in that class, I'd be the person that wasn't in the group until the end, and then like, okay, you guys are in a group,
Yeah.
kind of person. Like that was me.
I don't know. I think like socially speaking, high school is probably the biggest development that I've had, if that makes sense. where I made the most mistakes, if you will.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like I've learned a lot, especially when it comes to women, where I had that relationship with. Yeah, dude, fumbled that pretty hard, pretty awesome. That was, yeah. I think another reason probably why I question a lot of things, even myself, is because in that relationship I went into it very prideful and thinking that I was going to ace it. And by the end of it, I really showed the same habits of being a narcissistic, controlling manipulator, just like my father. And that was a very scary revelation. How even though I was aware of my father and, you know, what he's done to the family, if you will.
Yeah.
It's like even then going into it, being prideful, thinking that I wouldn't do that, I did it anyway. That's a terrifying thought. And then so it's like I ended up not being able to trust myself either. Maybe you've never had to you've had, man, that's so cool. That you're able to trust yourself, at least. I don't know. If you don't question yourself, it would have to come from a level of trust and acceptance, right?
Yeah, I guess. So like relationship wise, I see like my friends in a relationship and like how their relationship is, and I'm like, that's not what I want to be in.
Yeah.
So like I feel like I learn from like others people's mistakes, but then that also I'm not getting that experience and learning from my own mistakes. So like seeing like how their relationship is, and I'm like, why would I want to put myself in that? But then like everyone's different, like every girl is different, but like I don't see it that way because I see like my friend's relationship. I'm like, why would I do that?
Yeah, sure.
I guess.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, like what do you want in a relationship? Like if I was asking earlier about it potentially being a purpose. You said no. Okay, so why do you want one?
I think I want one just to have like that connection with like that close of a connection with someone.
Why is that important?
Connection?
Yeah.
Why isn't it important? Like I feel like having like that like a romantic connection is like different than like you and your dad's connection, or you and your mom's connection,
Sure,
or like you
yeah.
and your friends. Like it's a different.
It's more like a you and I connection.
Yeah.
Very romantic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like
a psychopath. They can live fine lives and not have a romantic relationship nor desire one. Why is it important to you?
Because I'm not a psychopath. Maybe I might be. I don't know. I hope not.
Do you think you are?
No.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
No, you don't think so?
It could be. I guess.
Like if you were a Viking, if you were a Viking back in the day and you went slaughtered a village and you felt nothing and you just came back and you had your 5 wives, that would be that's pretty sick.
Was it? Yeah.
You tell me you don't want that? You don't want to be an epic Viking slaughtering
maybe if
villages?
it was in the Viking era, I'd be like,
oh yeah, not right now.
I could be a Viking. Yeah, right now, no.
Get blown up by a USS warship, whatever.
Yeah, a Viking would not survive in a war that long. If today,
you don't think so?
If it was like,
if they had guns,
then it like isn't like the whole. Are they a Viking at that point? If they have guns.
Yeah, are Scandinavians still considered Vikings? I don't think so. Like Greeks are still considered Greeks. Yeah, look that up, John.
Yeah.
Now that's a question, dude. That would be so sick if they called their military the Vikings.
Well, because like
that.
Wouldn't
that would be awesome.
Wouldn't like a Vikings be more of like a culture thing?
Oh, maybe.
Oh. Most Scandinavians were not Vikings, and those who traded with other cultures were known as Northmen, Norsemen, or other terms designated their origin. Vikings were seafaring people originally from Scandinavia who were from the late 8th to the late 11th centuries, raided, pirated, traded, and settled throughout parts of Europe. So technically it's not if you were Scandinavian you were a Viking, it's if you were a Viking.
You were Scandinavian. Okay, that makes more sense.
Yeah, that's the idea. It's the square and the right.
So like the Swedes, they're not exactly Vikings necessarily.
Yeah.
That's lame, because I'm 20% Norwegian, and I just go around telling people I'm 20% Viking, but maybe that's not true.
You're not, unless it was a Viking that you were related to, but probably not. You're not built like a Viking.
My brothers are, dude. Jeremiah is. My cousin Lucas, he is. I don't know. I mean, I'm 75% Dutch. I'm built like a Dutch man. White, brown hair, brownish eyes.
You mean gray hair?
Well, started out brown.
Sure.
Hey, man, I come from the lineage where my great-great-grandpa killed a bear with an axe when he was out lumberjacking. My grandma still has the newspaper. I've held it. He's a lumberjack. He's on the woods chopping trees. A bear rolled up on him, and he killed it with an axe. You know, like first-generation immigrant. My grandma has the newspaper. I've read it. It's awesome.
That'd be sick.
So big, strong, tall Dutch man who took a chance and, you know, sailed over the ocean, landed in America, got attacked by a bear, and he killed it.
Idaho?
No, this is on the East Coast somewhere.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't think Idaho is a thing yet.
In
In
the
the 1800s.
probably a thing.
I don't think so.
No, actually no.
As a territory, of a greater territory probably,
Yeah.
not as a state.
It might have been part of the Utah territory. No, because Utah was just outside of the American territories.
Do you think you would have taken that chance?
Fighting a bear with an axe?
No, going to America, like leaving Europe kind of thing. Like, because the reason why they would have had to do that is because of how economically depressed they all were. Like,
Yeah.
they would have literally been like, it is a better chance for my family to take the risk and sail across the ocean to this promised land that we don't, you know, it's not like there's phones back then.
Yeah.
It's not like they have proof. They just see news headlines and hearsay, you know, and they just go, I'm going to uproot my family. I'm going to take them over there.
Well, like, I don't know. I feel like it's because it's like new land. Like, we don't have like a new continent just coming out. It's like right now.
That's what the government tells you.
Right, true. But like right now, if like there was just a continent that never has been like that explored
Yeah.
or like written down or whatever, I'd probably take that chance.
You think so?
I think maybe.
I don't know, because then you show up and you've never seen a bear. Are there bears in Europe? Look that up, John.
Probably.
Is that just like a
It
North
has to
American
be.
thing?
Well, there's pandas in China.
Oh, that's true.
That's not Europe. That's China.
Yeah, true. But it's like over
It's
there.
all one
close.
big landmass
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Europe. If there weren't bears.
Yeah, because
Oh yeah, there's bears.
Oh, okay,
Vikings
cool.
Wait,
wear
hold
the
on.
bear.
That'd be crazy if you came over. You're just out there lumberjacking in the woods,
Yeah.
and a bear rolls up, and you've never seen a bear before.
Yeah, ass out.
That'd be wild.
Lumberjack.
Look at this cuddly dog. Yeah. I don't know. I don't think I would survive a bear attack whatsoever, even with an axe.
Yeah,
I've-
there's definitely bears.
Yeah, cool.
Definitely.
What kind of bears? Like grizzlies? They don't have grizzlies over there.
There's the European brown bear, also known as the Eurasian brown bear, because it probably spans across Europe and Asia. Polar bears, that doesn't feel right, but sure. Oh, I guess because
Yeah.
Greenland.
North Pole shit.
Well, Greenland's technically North America, right?
Nope, not even close.
What is it?
It's Greenland.
Well, yeah, but if you look at a
It's not
map,
North America.
if you look at a map of North America, they include it in North America. Then Iceland is part of Europe.
Risk has as North America.
Yeah, Risk.
Risk? Okay, I'm gonna look.
I was playing it yesterday. It said Greenland.
I love Risk.
What's it called? Greenland?
You know my brothers have a leaderboard that's been going on for years, right?
A what?
A leaderboard?
Of what?
Risk.
Oh, really?
Yeah. We haven't been able to play. We probably haven't played it in the past year, but when we're all together, we bring the Risk board. Yeah, it's fun.
It's like the same game, or is it like a new game every time?
Same game.
I guess
I mean, what do you mean?
Like
we don't repeat the same moves. But...
Wait, do you like continue like
Oh,
playing
no.
from the last
Yeah,
one?
new game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's always a winner.
Mm.
We never really finish it. We just get to the point where it's like, he's going to win.
Yeah.
Dang it.
Yeah.
And then we all get
Yeah.
distracted with something.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Greenland, though a part of the continent of North America, Greenland has been politically and culturally associated with Europe.
Interesting.
Riss says otherwise.
Yeah, Risk is
Risk
back.
would be sad. What about Iceland? Let me look it up.
Europe for sure.
Yeah.
Iceland.
Riss says
No.
Iceland.
Yeah, it does.
Iceland is a
Or
European country.
That's what I'm talking about.
Cool. All right, I'm gonna look at Google Earth now. Keeping all this shit.
You excited for the war to start?
The war?
Yeah.
No.
I like how anytime I say that, everybody knows what I'm talking about. It's not like what war. So you're not, eh? You don't think you'd want to go over and die on like the European continent? I think I would much rather fight in Europe than I would the oceanic front, if you will, like the Pacific front. I'd much rather go to Europe. I think out of all the places to die on, like what soil, if you had to choose.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd probably choose Idaho, but if your choice could not be within the United States, for me it would probably be somewhere in Europe.
Yeah, because it's either that or Africa or China, Asia.
Yeah. Or like
Those are-
Australia.
Oh,
There's a lot of other places.
Australia would be fun.
India.
I'd choose Australia.
South America.
I wanted to choose South America.
Isn't it crazy that the United States is like a majority of an entire continent?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just us and Canada and Mexico. It's like 3 of us.
And technically Greenland.
Well, Greenland's owned by Denmark. Greenland's not even like its own thing.
I mean,
like-
Australia is its own continent.
It's crazy how close Greenland
Yeah,
is.
you're right.
to-
Dude,
What?
Australia is its own continent.
Yeah, it is.
United States is not special. We are number 1 though.
I guess that's true. It's a big island though. More
It's massive. If you put it over the U.S., it's huge. Like the same way if you put the U.S. over Europe, all the European countries are basically the size of our states.
Yeah.
Like the U.S. and Europe are almost the same size. Which means that they're also almost the same size as China. Because China and the U.S. are almost the same size.
Are we including Alaska?
Yeah. Yeah, Alaska for sure. Alaska's
Good.
huge.
And they're still the same size?
I totally just looked up planet Earth.
With Europe?
Google it.
Like Europe's still the same size as America with Alaska?
Roughly. I don't know which one's slightly bigger. Look up which one's bigger, John.
What? Huh?
Well,
Which one?
look up if Europe or America. Like, look up if America covers Europe completely.
Yeah, like just Google it. Is the United States
Yeah, like land area, surface area, bigger than Europe. You know, there's a paradox that they can't measure coastlines,
Why?
like the actual distance. They technically have, because so like the farther you zoom in, the more, like the longer it gets, the more detail you get in. Because coastlines are always changing anyways, but when it comes down to like measuring a beach, you can't. Like it'll always change.
technically, looking at a diagram here, it covers up pretty much all of Europe.
Yeah,
Um,
roughly the same size.
except for like Norway, Sweden, and Finland, but I guess depends on the orientation you put.
Well, yeah, if you move all the landmass, that's probably over the water, and then
There's
like
quite a lot of water getting covered.
yeah, exactly.
But
Like if it's all just landmass, then pretty similar.
yeah, definitely just.
You know,
if
like
you include Norway, Sweden, and Finland, it might be the same size or bigger than the United States.
all the big no-no German did was start out in Nebraska, and he took out everything up to California. I guess it would have been Washington.
How do you even make a map? It doesn't make sense.
You draw it. on paper with a
Yeah,
pencil.
you can't just be like looking at a piece of paper and walking down the coast and just like,
Isn't that crazy, dude?
like how the hell?
Well, we have satellites now, but yeah, you're right. I don't know how they did that. That's why all the old maps are all wonky looking and all the proportions are off.
Yeah,
'Cause
because
they-
some dude drew it.
Yeah, yeah. It's awesome.
Oh, wait.
Dude, bring back Columbus, honestly.
Bring back all of his diseases.
Miss him.
He was a real one.
Imagine how great America would be if he was still here with us.
He'd be so pissed that we didn't call it India.
Do you like history?
Yeah. I don't like U.S. government history, but I like history.
Okay, cool. Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, I think like in school, history is definitely one of the subjects I did like learning about.
This is gonna be a really broad question.
And science, a little bit of science.
What are you passionate about? That fires heat.
Fires.
Oh, what? That question's heat. I was trying to.
That fires.
My brain's working too fast. I'll slow it down. No shot. Because I was thinking about, as I was saying it, I was thinking whether I should say fire or heat, and I just said both.
Yeah, it's called slow.
No. No.
I don't know. I like a lot of things. I don't
Yeah,
know
what
if
do you
I'm
like?
passionate about anything though.
I guess that's what you're trying to figure out.
Yeah.
Like, okay, so if you moved out of Florida, what do you think you'll find there?
Alligators.
Purpose. That's what it is. The alligators. It might be, dude. I don't know.
Wrestle alligators.
You'll be on one of those shows where you're like catching gators.
That'd be awesome.
Wrestling gators for Christ.
Have you guys seen the videos where people are walking their dog down the street and the gator just comes out and snatches it? I saw one where this dude, he ran in after it and got his dog back by prying the mouth open, something crazy like that. Just wrestled the gator.
That's
Yeah.
My dinner.
It's awesome. But, you know, some of them, their dog's just gone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, dude. So watch out for the gators down there, bro. I don't want to see on the news. Florida man snatched up by gator.
Will be Florida man.
He'll be Florida man. That's okay? You're okay with that?
I'll be fine with that.
Getting swallowed up.
That'd be a way to go out. Alligator.
Yeah, dude, it would.
Probably not the worst way though.
You don't think so? Being dragged down just to drown. I think they just leave you there. They want the rotten meat. So they'll drag you down to the bottom of the water, drown you, wait for your body to decay over time, and then eat you, I think.
I see that.
That'd be awful.
That would be awful.
There's no way that would be good.
But imagine like a hippo. Imagine like a hippo just like.
I feel like a hippo would at least be quicker.
True.
They're one of the more, like they are one of the, if not the most deadly animal. John, you mind looking up how many people, or like what's the most deadly animal? Because I know hippos are absolutely up there. And how many people do they kill every year? Have you seen the Nile crocodiles?
Mm-hmm.
Supposedly a few of them have been spotted down in Florida.
Oh really?
Yeah, which is really bad. So,
I tell you, I gave Microsoft Bing gave me a generated answer using AI. I looked up most deadly animal. It gave me animals that cause human deaths. First one, mosquito.
yeah.
Tiny
Makes sense.
disease carriers, which is a mosquito, and then human self-inflicted violence. The tsetse fly, sleeping sickness spreaders.
Ew.
Freshwater snail. None of this is the most deadly animal.
Look up how many people died of hippos. Yeah.
Okay. Well, we'll leave that up. You need a new keyboard, dude. 500 people die per year to hippos.
That's more than
That's
sharks.
it?
Making them the world's deadliest mammal.
Oh,
After
mammal.
humans,
Okay.
And nearly twice as deadly as lions.
Yeah, we don't count humans in there. Twice as
I don't know
deadly as
why I did
lions.
that.
How
I
many?
guess we're
Yeah.
mammals.
Yeah.
Humans.
Well, isn't it like sharks?
Yeah, of course we're mammals.
Sharks attacks only like 100 people die a year or something like that.
I don't even think
Mammals.
I think it's like 5 people.
Yeah.
There's probably 100 attacks, but only
Yeah.
5 people die, kind of thing. What?
Humans are mammals.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just figured that out.
Do
Primate of the genus.
you think reptilians are a thing?
Reptiles?
Reptilians?
Reptile humans?
Yeah.
Um,
Do they rule the world?
maybe.
They super might, dude.
They might.
Have you guys been to the... Oh, what is... It's either the Chicago airport or the Denver one, something.
Yeah, I think it's Denver.
It's like known for all the reptilian imagery and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's like really weird, which, you know, always gets me to raise my eyebrow. Why is that even a thing?
Actually, I just seen a video. They're doing construction and they're like going into it, or they're being real. They're like construction, like it's completely blocked off, and they're like construction's going on, or the Illuminati, and they're like buying. Like
It's the Illuminati.
yeah, and like,
I do believe in the deep state. I don't know how many conspiracy theories you go into.
not a lot.
Yeah, yeah. I know you've heard me rant about it a few
Yeah.
times, especially longboarding. When I learned about the World Economic Forum,
Mhm.
I remember blabbing on to you about it and
Yeah, I
like
remember
how terrified I was. And that's before I really put my faith in Jesus, if you will. So I was so scared of it. Yeah.
Dude, I'm looking at the craziest thing. It's a Guardian article. Dude, big one. Remodeling the lizard people's lair. Denver airport trolls conspiracy theorists. The airport has long been the subject of wild theories. Now it's getting in on the act with jokes about its new project. The photo shown here is, and you'll be able to see it later, is this lizard like on the phone, and it says, "What are we doing?"
Yeah. There's all sorts of crazy imagery there. They have a
and it
weird
says-
globe sculpture.
No, but
too.
let me finish.
Okay.
It gives 3 bullet points. It's undoing amazing something restaurants and bars, building an Illuminati headquarters, remodeling the lizard people's lair. That's the 3 things that they're doing. And then there's this big seal, the stone, Denver International Airport. It's got the Freemason logo on it.
Does it, dude? I'm telling you, bro, Freemasons are crazy. There's all sorts of stuff, and I'm going to turn you into a conspiracy theorist.
All right. Well, we'll leave that up.
Oh, man.
Definitely trying to just get a rise out of people like you.
You know, the term conspiracy theorist was coined by the government to demote people who were trying to expose the government about, you know, bad things they were doing.
Is that a conspiracy?
So
theory?
then basically what happens is the CIA will fund all of these crazy projects to elicit new conspiracy theories that make conspiracy theorists seem so crazy that and they've done a great job at it, because anytime somebody says that they're a conspiracy theorist, everybody goes, "Oh, this nut job." All of a sudden it devalues everything that he says. It is exactly what they want to do. So then anytime that anybody questions anything that the government's doing, it's immediately written off as, the government wouldn't do that. There's no way you could trust them, you know, because, oh, he's just a cuckoo conspiracy theorist. The government just won. Anybody who thinks that a conspiracy theorist is somebody who's super crazy, which there are crazy ones for sure.
It's always the crazy ones that are right, though.
Shout out to Alex Jones, the water turns the friggin' frogs gay, which apparently it did.
Shout out schizos.
Shout out to schizos, paraplegics.
What about?
Speaking of,
Oh yeah,
I wanted to mention this a while ago. Paraplegics have no ability to use their legs. Quadriplegics are paralyzed from the neck down.
oh
Quad as in all 4.
Yeah.
Para as in
well, shout out to quadriplegics too.
Shout out to the guy that said there's Jews digging under his house, and there was Jews digging underneath his house.
Shout out to the Jewish nation. All right, well, thanks for coming on, bro.
Of course.
I love seeing you.
Glad to be here.
Yeah, you know, it's yeah, I don't know. You're just, man, you really are just such a joy to be around. What do you any closing remarks? Shout outs? You want to shout out your Twitch and stuff?
Shout out my Twitch. It's Fighter, but it's not spelt like fighter. It's spelled Fihtyr. Fittier. That's it.
That's it?
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, everybody. This was Tyler Nickerson. He's a pretty rad guy. Go check out his stuff. Cut. Thanks for watching. I hope you all enjoyed the podcast. If you want to support us, you can find us on Patreon. The link will be in the description. If you join the Patreon, you'll get each episode a week early, along with some maybe blooper reels, all sorts of fun stuff that we might end up cutting out of the regular episode.
Oh, yeah.
You'll also be supporting the team, me, Dylan, and John behind the camera. It's a little skeleton crew we got going.
Links in the down under.
In the land down under.
See, that's funny because that's Australia. Yeah, you guys can find us on any of the big podcast platforms, Spotify, Apple, YouTube, I guess, if that was a podcast platform. That'd be great. Yeah, we'll see you in the next episode.
God bless you all.
It was good.
That was good.
I like the little shitter about the YouTube thing.
Oh, yeah?
I don't know. I'm
Yeah,
funny.
that was good. Ow, dude. Ow.